Oh wow, smiley face? Where's this smiley face, man? That is the question of the day. What is that even used for? Guys, this is insane. We have 3D satellite imagery on Geoguessr. This is actually crazy. Check out the mountains in the distance. So, Jupaoqq, the creator of the Unity script, which has been going quite viral recently since GeoWizard and Chicago Geographer played it, he has worked on an update that brings 3D satellite imagery into the game, which is just amazing. I mean, this is like my first impression, and I just had to start recording immediately, because look at this. This is actually nuts. So we're playing Urban Guesser, a Wolf Trackers map right now, and I thought that would be a good one to start us off with, just because we're going to be able to see all the cities of the world, and, you know, we're going to get to see that juicy 3D buildings, and yeah, this is amazing. So definitely hit up the link in the description, download it, and wow, I'm just speechless. So the update should be out soon, probably about the time that this video is released, but he's given me early access, so I say, let's get guessing, shall we? So this first one, what's interesting, we have like a lot of red roofs here, so it's very hilly as well. So I was thinking like Middle East or something, or Israel or something like that is most likely. So let's take a look. We appear to be driving right-hand side of the road, so that would probably make sense. Yeah, this car, well, is this car set up for left-hand drive? I can't actually tell which way he's going, but it looks like he's waiting there. So, okay, we have to do a bit more further research here, but just based on this landscape and the white road lines, I mean, I just can't get over how cool this is, man. Based on the road lines and everything, like, I think Israel would make sense here. We got white road lines and whatnot. It could, I don't think Tunisia is quite this mountainous, because check out these mountains in the background, actually huge. So I'm actually not quite sure what I think. So let's get back a bit out here, and wow, it actually loads pretty decently. Okay, so we can see this at like a more distant scale. Wow, this is amazing. My goodness. So where is this though? A lot of red roofs are going on here, but it is also very dry as well. So, yeah, not quite sure what I think at all. I'm just more blown away than anything. I can't really think of what to say. So this is the actual location here. Let's get as far out as we can go. So this is it. And let's take a look. Wow. I mean, guys, you got to try this out. Santiago? I mean, it's a massive city. Santiago is kind of like up against the hills like this, and is also dry. I'm not sure if he had to have so many red roofs though. That's my problem with it. So I think I do actually prefer Israel. Let's see if we have mountains on the other side too. We do. So we're in some kind of a valley here with a big city. I kind of like Jerusalem, I think. But Jerusalem does have mountains like that. So let's go for Jerusalem and see if we're right here. Okay, not terrible. We were in Denizli, and that is in Turkey, so not a city that I'm familiar with, and that's why I couldn't get it. But 3K is still fine, and man, let's see what we got. Hopefully we have some more awesome mountains again, because that is just amazing. This one feels a little more flat. Okay, so that's fine, So there are different options in here. Check this out, guys. So I think if you go over here, here, the satellite mode, you can go into like 2D, 3D. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I definitely rate it. So here we go. Let's actually try out some of these other settings, shall we? So road 3D. What is this going to be? Okay. Oh, we even have road maps and rain. Is this like updating? So this is on the site map box apparently. It's actually showing where rain is in real life. Well, this is amazing. Wow, this is like a GTA map or something. You could definitely play like this. If you're like really familiar with cities, but as for me, obviously satellite 3D is the way to go. So yeah, let's check this out. So where the compass is up to the top here, so north is this way. So we're on like an east coast here. This almost looks a little bit like Sydney, but it's not hilly enough. So probably an American city of some kind. Let's check out what we got going on inside here. So wow, it's taking a long time to load because of all these buildings, but I check it out. Okay, so it's definitely like feels okay. We got like an American football stadium maybe. I feel like that's probably possible. The image quality is rather low, but I can't tell how much is just it needing to load in. So maybe actually European with all these red roofs. The longer I look at it, that might just have been an athletic stadium. Look at this big park as well. Definitely interesting. And look at this over here as well. So yeah, this is definitely like the East Coast. This is on Rain Viewer, interestingly. Okay, so this is just so cool, man. This is just so cool. All these red roofs. We should be somewhere in Europe. So where would we have like this on the East Coast? Maybe over here, this kind of area near Venice or something like that. Or yeah, along the coast of Venice. Let's try and go out as far as we can. Maybe we'll get more of an idea like that. Definitely like a jaggedy coastline, relatively flat. I'm gonna put my marker there for the moment. But where else in Europe could this be, really? It could be like near Amsterdam. It is quite a big city, but yeah, it's probably not like quite the right shape, and we don't have like the canals and everything that we'd expect to see in Amsterdam, I don't think. So Copenhagen? Okay, Copenhagen kind of has some potential. Again, like the rivers are not quite right though. So yeah, I don't think it's Stockholm or anything like that. Too many red roofs. So presumably it is somewhere down here. Athens doesn't work, obviously. The mountains would be too big over there as well. So I think I will just go over here. I'm pretty sure it's wrong, but at the same time, I'm not really sure where it is. It's very green. So up here would kind of make sense, I think. Let's see. Venice? Near Venice? Okay, that was Brazil? Wow, so it looks super green. That does make sense. I'm sure many of you guys know, but like, yeah. The satellite view, I'm definitely still getting used to it. Not necessarily my strong point at this point in time. So here's the next one. We're loading in the 3D imagery here, but let's take a look. So we've got a winding river, very flat again. As for the roofs this time, kind of more of a combination. We got red, but we've also got blue and just white. So maybe this one feels more Asian or American or something like that. Probably more Asian with all these blue roofs. If I had to say anything about it. So maybe even like Cambodia. Like Phnom Penh, I remember having a lot of blue roofs, but yeah, okay, so this is like an athletic stadium. So yeah, let's go back to our sports stadiums tactic where we look for sports stadiums like that. So this one, not so much, but wow, this is just incredible. This is just incredible, guys. Okay, this one, let's check this one out. So seems to be another athletic stadium. So maybe not the most sporty country ever. They don't really like their own sports that much, perhaps. Not really sure. Golf course for sure, but that's about it. So zooming all the way out here, definitely feels very flat. If we get kind of more level, yeah, super flat on a river. Blue roofs though. That is the big confusing thing. So it's definitely not Korea, even though a lot of blue roofs in Korea, this is too flat to be there. Honestly, it feels quite European the more I look at it, just because, I mean, where else do you have like kind of this sprawling kind of city on a river like that? I feel like it should be European rather than anything else. I could be wrong, but all these blue roofs are definitely throwing me. So I guess Thailand is possible. Cambodia is possible. Otherwise, we're just somewhere like in southern Europe. Maybe I like Thailand, actually. Maybe I'll go for Thailand. I'm not really sure if you see so many blue roofs. Maybe I'll go over there. Yeah, this is tough. This is tough. I'm not really sure. We need a winding river. I'm not really sure if I'm aware of such a place in Thailand. Maybe over there. Okay, let's just go for it. I'm not really sure here. Asia? Okay, Thailand indeed. Hey, that's actually a nice guess. Didn't expect to be making a nice guess, but there we go. And so there were actually mountains nearby that I didn't see, but we're in this city here. So there you go. Interesting. And that kind of makes sense. Like Thailand, not really known too much for like, I wouldn't say they're known too much for many sports apart from like, I don't know, like martial arts, I guess, is the big thing in Thailand. So let's get in close here, and then we should be able to see the mountains better. Because if we go like this, I think the mountains over here will hopefully pop up, because it does seem like they exist, right? Or maybe not. Maybe it's just high altitude without mountains. No, definitely feels like there should be mountains popping up here, but maybe that's just a glitch. Let's take a look from above. Yeah, these are mountains, so maybe once they load in a little longer, if we go low here, maybe they'll load in after. But as for this one, definitely feels like Austrian or something like that to me. The layout's quite neat. But no, when I say neat, it's quite sprawling, but at the same time, the city itself seems quite clean and well ordered. So I think like Austria or Switzerland here in the Alps somewhere. So, as for the roofs, seems like actually quite a few red roofs if I get in close and look behind the white 3D-ness. So yeah, this is just so cool, man. I can't believe how cool this is. So let's go back out again. Yeah, a lot of red roofs. So maybe more Swiss for that reason. So if we zoom all the way out here, we can see, yeah, we're in the midst of big mountains here. So I assume we're going to be like in this part of Austria or this part of Italy or this part of Switzerland. Maybe Switzerland, because that was my main thought here. Let's go for that. Will be correct. Okay, 113 kilometers. It was just in that part of Austria, but a good score. 4.6k again. So we'll see if we can get that like 16, 17k would be a win, I think. So let's get in here. It's very good at auto recognizing the all the structures here. This is the first time that it's actually kind of had more of a struggle, and that's because the picture quality is a bit more poor here. So this one's interesting. Kind of looks like the Americas, But all the red roofs, so maybe Brazil again. But yeah, I don't really know if you'd have an American city with this many red roofs like that, you know? So I'm just trying to figure out where, if this is US, where it could be, because this kind of like really pale looking road kind of reminds me of the US, I must say. So maybe Texas or like New Mexico? I think it could be New Mexico. Seems like there's no rain here on Rain Viewer today, which is cool. So let's zoom out then, shall we? Actually quite a few forests and hills here, so... And maybe this is actually just Europe. It's just a very pale road, which definitely reminds me more of America. So, yeah. With all these hills and everything like that, I am beginning to think that the USA is less likely. I must say, it does not really feel like a USA landscape with this kind of farmland and all these red roofs. I think it's too many. So, given the fact that it's kind of lightly hilly, and oh yeah, it's quite hilly. It really is quite hilly. I was thinking of like Albania or like North Macedonia. Also, it's quite low quality. I feel like in the US, they would in a city this size, they would probably have all the buildings sticking out. You know. So yeah, I think just somewhere around here, maybe North Macedonia would be a nice little hedge here because it is that kind of hilly, you know. So let's go for over there in North Macedonia. Okay, so just over in Turkey again. That kind of makes sense as well. So 15k, not bad for our first effort. The two Turkeys screwed me up. I went either side. Nice little Thailand, and yeah, the Brazil with Italy was not particularly good, so sorry about that, but let's get straight back into this one, and then at the end of the video I'll play in Australia, but for now we're just going to do one more world map here. Urban Guesser, it's a good map for this, I think. I definitely recommend playing an urban one, maybe to start off with. So here we go, we're getting in here, just a bit of loading to do. So first impressions as we look down this town, you know, patchy kind of farmland. It's a bigger town, very sprawled. And look at this like pattern over here. This is interesting. So let's take an aerial like pan of it. So okay, very interesting. Very dirt roads here. So this couldn't be like Kenya or something. We got no Kenya snorkel to help us out. Could this be Nairobi? I feel like Nairobi's very spread out like this, and it has the airfield. This is, well, let's see. Okay, so the airfield is kind of to the south of the city here. So it just reminds me of the layout of Nairobi, so that's what I want to check. As for the center of the city, the buildings are definitely big. So, and it's very green, so I do want to check it out, just because it does remind me of Nairobi's layout, I think. It should not be Nairobi, though, because where's the airfield? Or where's the airport here? I don't see it. Must be over here. So it is south of the city. So actually, let's check this out. So if we go direct north, then the airfield is kind of okay, so the airfield was here, and it runs up this direction here. So it's not Nairobi. Good to know. Okay, let's get in closer then. If it's not Nairobi, actually, a few red roofs here, which is interesting. So maybe it's just Europe. The dirt roads in the suburbs made me think of it, but yeah, it's all the low quality as well. Be great if we could tell what side of the road we're driving on. It looks probably like right-hand drive, actually. So yeah, where would we find this kind of patchy city? Maybe it is just somewhere in like Eastern Europe. So as for the rest of the landscape, do we see any mountains or anything? Not really. I'll be annoyed if this is actually Nairobi, because I'm pretty sure I lined it up so that this airfield does not make sense. So in Brazil, would they have like a kind of patchy city like this? I think this reminds me more of Europe, so just somewhere in Germany or something like that, maybe. But again, we'd probably have higher quality stuff in Germany. So, well, I always have so many questions when it comes to around like this. Big railroad definitely feels like a bigger city. This probably has like a population of at least, you know, some hundreds of thousands, if not, well, probably not a million, but some hundreds of thousands, I imagine. Not really thinking of the US. We've got a mine over here of some kind. Yeah, a quarry. That's very interesting indeed. So this is where we actually are, a very muddy river. Yeah, so I'm not really sure what to make of this. I must confess. I almost still want to go Nairobi just because it was the first thing that came to mind. And Nairobi, you can see, is like kind of one of these sprawling cities where there's like patches of forest and whatnot inside it. And like a national park, and even these hills over here, which admittedly we do not see. So yeah, I don't think I can convince myself to go there. Nevertheless, the forests here and here almost line up. They almost do. So if it's not going to be there, maybe I could go over here, actually. It could be one of those ones. We need knuckle. We don't have a big lake. Okay, so I think I gotta give up on my Kenya dream here and go somewhere in Europe. Where would have a big muddy river like that though? Maybe this is Brazil. I don't know. I gotta pick soon. So let's just go somewhere in southern. Let's go somewhere in southern Serbia because I'm really not sure. It was Brazil. Okay, so near Belo Horizonte. So we can start again. That was not a good enough start. I like to get a good score, and yeah, the Brazil ones are screwing me up because they look kind of European with all the red roofs. Anyway, this one is definitely unique. Okay, so this one, the buildings are all showing up, which is interesting, but it's very hazy. So somewhere with a lot of pollution, perhaps. It's got a big, like double, triple, quadruple lane highway running down the middle of the city here. And one thing that struck my mind was UAE, but no, I don't think so. But Japan, we have like a lot of like bigger duplexes or, you know, bigger buildings like that here. Yeah, this is just a massive metro area. Okay, this is like a capital city or something, I believe. So, just waiting for it to load here. Okay, so let's use our compass up in the top left here to kind of orient ourselves. So we've got ocean over to our east. And we're in a massive city, or maybe not ocean, to be fair. What is this? Oh, this is Lagos. Is this Lagos? This kind of looks like... No, it's not Lagos. Okay, but where is like this huge metropolitan area? Like this is huge, humongous. So over there we have like kind of like a... This looks better quality. I kind of want to go over there if I could. Yeah, it's much better quality over there. As for this place though, not so good. Okay, so this city has millions, and it's probably in a poorer country because the satellite coverage is not the best, or at least like the whole thing is kind of, you know, it's kind of hazy and whatnot. Kind of feels more like a developing country in that way. So where would we have like a massive one on the coast? Mombasa probably doesn't make sense here. I want to say it doesn't make sense, but it does kind of have that thing. So maybe it is Mombasa. We could be right there, and we do have this big road running through the middle like that. So yeah, not convinced actually. We would have like more water running in here, but that shape is kind of similar to what it ends up actually being. So that was probably a decent first thought at least. Durban. So Durban, another possibility here. Durban actually kind of looks like it may fit a little better here. But again, probably not. And I don't think Durban's this big. This is a mega city, so I should definitely be getting this. Over here, yeah, as I said, mega city, so I don't think it's any of those. So then, over here, Jakarta, no. Singapore, no. Haiphong. That's maybe got some more potential. I don't think it's that big of a city, though. Although it could be. So, okay, our airfield runs north to south over here, roughly speaking. So, yeah, I don't think so for that either. So we're starting to run low on options here. Something Japanese is always possible. Although I did say it kind of struck me as a little bit Japanese off the bat. We don't have the right airfields here, nor do we have the mountains, I don't think. I mean, I still want to check more Africa, even though the ocean's to the east, so... like, Lagos, initially, I liked just because of the way the landform is here, down here. Kind of look like this right here. Or maybe it is. Hey, I think I was right straight away, and I just mixed it up, because look, we got this green zone over here. Okay, this is Lagos, and we got, yeah, this road, so, yeah. I think I see, yeah, I see the landform. So, my very first thought, and I discounted it before being actually correct, because I don't know the size of Lagos enough. Okay, there we go. That's the good start we wanted, so I'm happy with that. And next one, on a river, feeling European this time for sure. Okay, so big bridge running over here. Could be North American, but no, look at this little village here. This is definitely quintessential Europe. So let's get into our 3D view here. Okay, so this one's cool. Definitely a cool location. So yeah, big kind of interestingly shaped buildings here. This feels like a capital city, or at least like a governmental city, if you understand what I mean. American style highways. Okay, I don't think they have many of these in Europe, although the road lines do kind of look white. So maybe this is still, there's still a good possibility that this is Europe. But was that a baseball? Okay, this is soccer. Football, for those Europeans watching. Football. I think, unless these aren't football. And then, Yeah, what other... So we got lots of football pitches. So, yeah, this should be Europe after all that. With massive, like, change, intersection, turning table, whatever you want to call them, interstate kind of changeovers. But, yeah, okay, we're on a big river as well. I was thinking maybe, like, Main River in Germany might have, like, a place that looks like this with so many soccer pitches. So let's get down lower here and kind of have a pan around. So... Definitely does not seem to be any big mountains in the background here, or at least none that are rendering in. And so maybe I do just like somewhere, you know, in Germany, maybe something running along a big river. So maybe like Frankfurt. No, Frankfurt's too big and it has skyscrapers as well. It's like, I think what I've heard is that's the one with the biggest skyscrapers in Germany. So, okay, so then something else along the Main River perhaps, which I think is this border here, or maybe not. But anyway, let's pick like a decent-sized city. Erfurt has a river. You know, I don't think the river's wide enough there. Also feels like an older city. This is a newer city. This one here, I think, just based on how like organized everything is. Okay, but I'm still not sure. So let's pick somewhere perhaps further over this direction here. Dresden. It's probably not big enough to be Dresden. This is not a massive city. Chemnitz. Okay, which way does the river run? That's actually a good thing to know. River's kind of going east-west, so Chemnitz, I mean, does not quite fit, but I'm kind of thinking I should just guess here. Jena? Let's go for Jena. It kind of, at least kind of, well, no, we got hills in that direction. Okay, I'm starting to lose my patience here. Regensburg? Okay, Regensburg's got these big interchanges, so I like Regensburg. Actually, the Danube kind of like section. This probably is the Danube, and we've got sections like this in it. Even like bigger kind of like islands made inside it. So even though I don't think we're here, I think we could be somewhere easily along the Danube in this area. So let's go for that. Regensburg. Oh no, Netherlands. Okay, so that makes sense. Actually, a lot of black roof houses there, and actually with these ditches and everything, kind of makes sense. 3.5k. Not too disappointed though. That's fine. Next one here. So lower quality off the bat, it would seem. Let's check out these sports stadiums if we can. So this one, well, interesting, like a big oval, but I can't really tell what it's being used for. So yeah, definitely big, like kind of just highway going on, kind of irregular shaped. A lot of blue roofs again, guys. So maybe Thailand again, although this one's hillier, so we can't count out the rest of Asia yet. Ooh, and very dry as well. That's probably the most interesting thing about this round so far for me, at least. So yeah, kind of, it's actually always really hard to tell what side of the road you're driving on, unless everything's really good quality. But yeah, very like diverse in terms of the kind of roof color here. So this sport, what is that? It's not baseball. This one's soccer. Football. This one is tennis. So not like South Africa, surely. Don't think so. Okay, big supermarket. Ooh, look at these houses. Are these McMansions? Are we in the US? Southern US? Could be, but I don't know about these blue roofs, though. That's what would throw me off the US here. I don't love that. So, yeah, it's also kind of poor quality as well, right? So, ooh, a big airfield as well. But I don't even know what country to search in just yet, so I still want to search for a few more clues before I go for anything here. So let's zoom out. We've been forgetting to zoom out a bit. So yeah, it's a big city, very dry surroundings, hills, definitely got hills. Let's see what the suburbs are like. Let's see how the average person is living over here. So definitely lots of trees, definitely like nice and leafy neighborhoods. White road lines, it would appear. It would appear that way. But these blue roofs definitely throwing me. So let's kind of get into the map here. Bangkok again, always possible, I guess. Somewhere up here, like Tuck or something. Always possible. It definitely has good infrastructure. If it is Thailand, did I say Taiwan? I meant Thailand. Thailand. If it is Thailand, it would be interesting. Is this like a fire? Was there a fire over here, or is everything just covered in soot? Wow, the things you see from a satellite view, man. Well, I don't know, though. I don't know. Europe doesn't really make sense, I feel like. Middle East? Okay, so Korea. Like, does it ever get this dry in Korea? If it's like the middle of summer, maybe. Because I feel like it definitely feels like pretty affluent. At least to me. And that would kind of make sense with like a lot of these like blue roofs and like these like kind of soccer pitches and whatnot. They love soccer in Korea. We don't see any like baseball diamonds or anything. They love baseball as well. Or there's that Japan more so. Anyway, it is decently hilly, so I could guess Korea comfortably here, but it's very dry. And that maybe does not make as much sense. But I'm losing patience here, guys, I must say. So it's got to be something. It's definitely built up, lots of people, big city. Thailand? Or South Korea? Wait, does it even get dry anywhere? Maybe you're like right down here? Okay, I'm really not sure. Even Africa somewhere. Okay, well, I'm going to go for Korea. I have no idea what this one's actually going to be. Yeah, it was just... Okay, so it was just South Africa. So, yeah, that's kind of like... As I said, that was one of my thoughts. But the amount of blue roofs was throwing me off. It's definitely something I associate with Asia, so I've got that up in my head for next time. And here we have another place that's actually raining, which is pretty cool. In some kind of a harbor here. Where's the ocean? Ocean appears to be to our east again. Seems like that's been the theme of this episode. Everywhere has ocean to the east. So, big kind of like... A lot of like... what do you say, like man-made structures going on here, which is interesting. Got like an athletics field. This one feels kind of, I want to say this one does feel quite Brazilian, but we'll see. Okay, a lot of dark roofs here. Blue roofs again, so maybe not. What happens if we look from this direction? So Hong Kong? Is Hong Kong possible? Do they have a airfield like this over there? I also feel like, okay, this is actually pretty decent quality. When you look in here, everything's showing up, so... I think it's too dry for Hong Kong, but I'm just trying to think where they have this much man-made stuff going on. Okay, so big, like, interchanges again, so maybe USA as well? Let's take a look from this direction. This is kind of where the photo was taken from. You can, like, line up everything to look how it should. So, like, that. Okay, they almost look 3D now because of how I've lined up the photo. That's actually cool. Oh my gosh, that's actually so cool, man. Look at that. Just, like, if you line it up so that it's actually the right perspective. Like that. Wow. Oh, wow. Smiley face? Where's this smiley face, man? That is the question of the day. What is that even used for? Is that like, I don't even want to guess, but that's a soccer pitch as well, so... Aye. So where is this, then? This is what we're looking at. So, I do want to just check the shape of Hong Kong. It does remind me of that. This... Okay, so... If we were looking at Hong Kong, we gotta look for where the airfield, or the air bases... are. That should be pretty obvious on the map if it is here, and I don't see it anywhere, so perhaps not, which kind of makes sense, because I think this is quite dry for Hong Kong, but I could be always wrong about that. Oh yeah, they're making this road, that's so cool. But yeah, Hong Kong Island, I don't think so, but where else has like this kind of structure with so many man-made bridges going along everything? It definitely reminds me of Hong Kong, regardless if it isn't. But no, this has too much space. It has too much space for Hong Kong, I'm sure. So, sorry, Hong Kongers, if this is it. Like, there would be an airfield right, like, here, if it was, so, no. Macau? I don't think so either. So, then... It doesn't get easier. Manila is not the right shape at all. It's a big city. We can say that with confidence. Archipelago kind of thing going on. Okay, so then, like, Brazil, like, Sao Paulo obviously doesn't work, but Rio de Janeiro? No, not enough bridges at all. Not even close. So what about, Porto Alegre? That's also not quite right. So, wow, this one's not easy at all. Not easy at all. Okay, so, big dome. Yeah, I don't know. And so much, like, rainfall as well. I think I may actually just go Hong Kong here just because I'm not at all confident with anything else. But yeah, the ocean's like over to our east, so by no means confident. Yeah, by no means confident at all. So let's just go here. The amount of bridges would at least make sense. Apart from that, not confident. Not in the slightest, guys. So let's see if I'm right. Otherwise, you know, Taiwan's always possible. I don't know where it would be though, so... Yeah, I don't think there's anything this size. Let's just go for it and find out where we actually are indeed. Okay, 74 kilometers away. It was. Also, Macau. Got you, Macau. Okay, that makes sense. So that's why I was in the right area, thinking, and here were the right land bridges, and that is probably a famous airport, but I was not aware of it. So that's what tripped me up. We still get a good score though, so I'm at least pleased with that. I wouldn't say proud, but at least pleased. And they have the smiley face athletic stadium. So we're back in Europe, surely. Black roofs here, waiting for the quality to improve. In the meantime, let's take a survey on the ground. That's the lowest we can go. Not really that useful anyway, though. So let's try and get it in the right orientation again. So, well, this one seems to be taken right from above. And it's not loading in the buildings. Oh, it is. So, lots of trucks, buses, I think? And well, we have a lot of, like, is this like a canal? So maybe we're back in the Netherlands, and we have lots of these black roofs again. So that's kind of what I said about Netherlands. Kind of reminds me of Dutch City, I must say. Yeah, look at all these black roofs. So maybe even somewhere, I don't know if Luxembourg would quite look like this, but the black roofs could certainly be Dutch, I think. But yeah, or German. Lots of like nice farmland, very flat, so that would fit with the Netherlands, of course. It's a bigger city near a river, but not a river running through it. No airport. But look at all these big apartment buildings. So definitely like kind of got like a, what would you call it? Like more of an industrial area to the north of the city. So that could certainly help us out here. Let's go in and see, because I'm actually fairly confident this time. So Arnhem does not really have that, but does have the river running to the south anyway. So we want something with the river running to the north. What about this place here? Okay, this one does not fit either. Okay, good. Dordrecht, kind of a little bit too built up, I would say. Yeah, and too close to the river as well. We want to be kind of away from the river. So I'm going to pick the next city I can see that roughly fits. That's like near the river, but more so away from the windy river. So this one is too small. I just want to find one that fits. Okay, this one, yeah, that's what I was originally looking. So maybe further up this direction here. This episode's for the Dutch viewers, that's for sure. Maybe somewhere over here, Groningen. Okay, that's not too bad. We don't have, like, it doesn't quite stretch to the river though. That's the problem with this current round. It doesn't quite stretch to the river, so it's quite a unique shape. I mean, it's not the problem, actually. I kind of like it, but it's why I'm taking a long time to actually make a decision here. Okay, this one at least somewhat fits. Let's go for it. Wouldn't it be crazy if it was right? At 29 kilometers away, that's more just luck because I didn't actually find the right location, but we were in Oss. So, yeah, kind of reminds me of my own name, Oscar. I like that round for that reason. And we get 18,000 with just one bad guess. Everything else, we got Lagos, we got Hong Kong area for Macau, we got one good Netherlands, one bad Netherlands, and so 18k is a pretty good total. Say we succeeded in that South Africa, then it would have been good. But yeah, I'm not really proud of that South Korea guess because it should have been a little warmer. I'm going to do a quick fire Australia here. Okay, we just saw a little bit of a clue there, but I didn't take it in too well anyway. So let's just do like 30 seconds per round here, roughly, if we can load in. Okay, so this one's a bigger city. Oh, we got the sinkhole to the bottom. This is Mount Gambier. So yeah, that's nice and easy. Check this out, guys. So here's Mount Gambier, and then we've got like this blue lake. And yeah, this is just Mount Gambier right in the center, probably like right there. Are we on a roundabout here? Let's actually try and 5k this. So we are in relation to the oval. So the oval, of course, is north. So we're just like down the road from the oval, like, oh, which oval is it? This right here, right in the center. Let's go, 11 meters. Okay, good start. Let's see if we can get another perfect score here. Next one, quick fire. Facing the south coast here, perhaps? Yeah, south coast, very dry, hilly. Okay, let's check it out. It could be like Victor Harbor. Oh, it's Victor Harbor because I've walked on this island. So nicely enough, we're starting off with two easy South Aussie ones. So that's Granite Island, I believe it's called. Yeah, Granite Island. And we are right over here. So right in the center of Victor Harbor, you would have to say. So there's like the, yep, so we're in the next one up, I think. The next main road intersection up. So it should be that one. And there's like a supermarket over here. Okay, so no. Oh. So is that another roundabout? It's not. So it should be like there, right? Yeah, there we are. Oh, there, 4 meters away. Okay, a absolute stonking start here. Next one's a bigger city. Let's take a look here. Okay, so a bit of rainfall here today. I could probably actually, if I'd watched the news today, I'd probably actually be able to use that. But this one's definitely distinctive. I'm just struggling to think what it's actually going to be. Okay, so obviously ocean to our east here. That definitely narrows our options down. It's a big city, but not too massive. I think does Newcastle look like that at all? Or Port Macquarie or something? Let's check those out. So yeah, Newcastle looks like this. There we go. So this is Newcastle. We're right over there. Yeah, I kind of knew that. So let's try and go for the 5K. You guys like it when I do that, I think. So we're just kind of in line with that island there. Should be on here. And then we are kind of one major road from there. Yep. And do we end off? So that one ends off on the roundabout, and this one is 2 kind of roads over. So we're like here, and then we are. Is there actually a road there? So yeah, there's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're there. Excellent. So another perfect score here, guys. 25K possible. I'd probably have to do this NMPZ to give myself more of a challenge or something like that next time. But as for now, I'm enjoying 5K in these rounds. So let's see, this one again, kind of, okay, so ocean to the east, quite clearly, once again, bigger population down here and big hills as well. And then the center of the population, this is a very spread out town for Australia. Okay, is this, no, it's too much development. I almost thought it looked a little bit like Hobart, with kind of the bridges and the city on both sides, but and the hills as well. I mean, could it be still? I think it's too much development going on, but okay, if we face our thing directly north, let's actually check out the shape of Hobart here. Okay, yeah, Hobart actually does have a lot more going on over here than I thought, I think, because this does appear to have like the same, like this whole thing going on here does appear to be similar, if it's not it. So I think I'm actually wrong though, right? Okay, so let's try and get some more perspective here. Yeah, I think I'm wrong, which is interesting. This city just has a similar look to Hobart. So yeah, there you go. Not there. So in which case we should be like somewhere up here. So Byron's not quite the right shape. So then I guess we'll check out Port Macquarie or something like that. Port Macquarie is more promising, but still not it. Forster is interesting looking, but again, we don't have those big bridges across, which should be very distinctive again. It feels like, okay, I think we found it over here, right? Do we have bridges across though? Not really. So okay, here we go. This is surely it. Central Coast. And then 1 bridge and 2 bridge. Not to be. Okay, so over here? This looks more like it. This is this. Okay, great. We finally found it, and we are in, yeah, just Godsford. Okay, this is Godsford. Yeah, so Godsford's up here, and we are in Godsford. Okay, that's good. I've not been to Godsford or even this far north ever, so that's the reason I don't really know it, but as for that, we're right near the Oval, and we are right there, I'm pretty sure. And we're 6 meters away. Okay, let's finish this off with a 25K, guys. Surely we can, and this one's nice and easy. This is Gold Coast, I think. I think we just saw it with Pilot Big Hosk. So yeah, Gold Coast, let's find that right shape and pull ourselves a 25K first try on this map. That would be a really nice conclusion for the video, I think we can all agree. So we're right next to these kind of 2 round things here, and yeah, we're gonna be right like that. Okay, like that. Probably, you can see like this bigger opening here, and we're right at the end of the road. I would have thought. Is it a court? Is it indeed a court? Can we see? Wow, I lost my orientation here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it is indeed a court, so we are right there. And we finish off with a fantastic score of 25,000 points. So guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Big shout outs to Jupaoqq for making the insanely good script. I think he's really pushing forward the whole Geoguessr community with fantastic updates that everyone is loving to see. So guys, thank you very much for watching my video, and I'll see you guys in a video very soon as well. Catch you later. Bye-bye.